But the fun begin for the Nintendo Wii. It's Scott out from behind the Tricaster again. The Paper Mario games have been a staple for the N64 and GameCube. Now the title has come to the Wii, and here to shed some light is Shane Bettenhausen, executive editor for Electronic Gaming Monthly.
Glad to be back.
Glad to have you here. Now, first question, we exchanged some emails, and something you wanted to go into was, how does the Paper Mario distinguish itself from the established, role-playing norms?
Well, it's totally different than any normal role-playing game you play. It doesn't have any of the sword and sorcery conventions or futuristic stuff. It's all set in like the Mario world, so it's quirky and wild, and they kind of run with the humor that way. It's really funny. Like almost every line is like a joke of some sort. I mean, you'll really be laughing while you play this game. They took a lot of time to make it legitimately funny, and a lot of it's aimed at people who read message boards and play a lot of games. So yeah, if you're a Nintendo fan, you'll be cracking up the whole time you play this game.
So what are Mario and Luigi trying to do this time?
Well, so the plot is kind of out there. It's in this made-up world called Flipside, where this evil this magician guy is trying to destroy the universe because he doesn't have anybody who loves him. So it's your job to try to stop him from destroying the universe, while at the same time unraveling this, this mysterious love triangle between him and this other person you meet. And yeah, it's a little heavy-handed sometimes with the love stuff, but there's enough comedy to keep you going throughout.
So the wizard is making up the 2D and 3D, or how does that play in?
They never really quite explain the whole 2D, 3D mechanic. That's getting more into the gameplay. So what's different about this game from the past Paper Marios is those were all 2D games that were side-scrolling left to right. And this time, Mario can flip the world into 3D, and then the whole screen kind of shifts, and then you're moving in a 3D plane. And you're more or less constantly changing between 2D and 3D, because some things you can only see in 3D, and like a lot of puzzles and enemies, that's the only way to defeat them. So it adds a whole new element to the gameplay that was never there before.
So does switching from the 2D and 3D and back help or hinder the gameplay?
I think it helps it. The one problem is only Mario can do it, and you have a total of four characters, so if you want to switch between 2D and 3D, you have to open a menu, switch to Mario all the time, so that gets a little old. So I think a lot of players will end up just playing as Mario most of the time, even though they want to try playing as like Bowser or Princess Peach, just because only Mario has that ability.
So now the Wiimote. So this isn't for the Nintendo Wii. How does that interaction? Is it something that you just have to get used to? Is it user intuitive?
As you may know, this game started out as a GameCube game, not unlike the Twilight Princess, the Zelda game. So at the last minute, they kind of moved it over to Wii, and you can tell the Wiimote functionality is a little tacked on. You can point at the screen to find out what enemy's hit points, or to find a hidden door. Sometimes you can point at the screen. Other than that, you can shake the controller when you stomp on enemies to get bonus points, but the points don't really do anything, so that's kind of, if you want to do that, you can. And there's a few items where you have to use the Wiimote in different ways, but I'd say 95% of the time you're just holding it like an old school controller, jumping, not really using any Wii functionality at all. It's kind of an afterthought.
So would this be part of what they could have done better?
Definitely. I mean, if they made this from the ground up, they could have really used the Wiimote in some creative ways, in like more gameplay stuff. And also the graphics, although they're really clean and cool looking and stylized, they're not actually very good. And there's some slowdown, which is like, well, this game was a GameCube game, why is it slowing down on the Wii? So yeah, obviously this was kind of a moved over. Yeah.
So here's our big question with dltv. Would you drop the $50?
Yeah, I mean, I gave this game an 8 out of 10. A lot of people are saying, oh, that's a terrible score. No, it's a really good score, and I had a great time playing through it. It's a fun game. Yeah, I think it's worth the money, especially if you're someone who liked Zelda or like Mario. You'll get enough out of this to enjoy it. It's very funny. It's the kind of game you're only going to play through once, though, so don't expect much replay from it. But it's definitely worth playing through. It's a very funny, very creative game.
Outstanding. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Super Paper Mario for the Nintendo Wii is published by Nintendo of America, developed by Intelligent Systems, goes for $50 and is out now. Links to the review will be up on the website, and check out Electronic Gaming Monthly. Back to you.
If you like the video you just saw, you can find lots more at www.dl.tv.